Happy Labor Day, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your Labor Day Monday off. My birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, Big J. Big JJ.
5 years old. It was so nice.
Quarter of a century,
It was so nice of America to give the day after my birthday a day off so I can recover from not drinking alcohol.
This is a fun situation we have right here. We are ahead of the time. We have time as our predictor at the moment. What are you going to be feeling like? When this clip goes up, what are you going to be doing right now? Are you going to be 1, hungover?
I will be asleep.
Are you going to be 2, asleep? Are you going to be 3, in the shower, crying because you had too many Jack and Cokes, which is what I usually do when I'm hungover? Or are you going to be on it again? You're crying, dude. I hate hangovers. Or are you be on it again? You're the hair of the dog. You're back out on the...
Oh, nothing
pub
does
crawl.
beat a nice, like, Sunday morning, or I guess Monday morning, day drinking brunch.
That's what you're going to be doing.
Some champagne, some orange juice.
Maybe that will be going on.
A nice, warm stack of flapjacks.
Follow along Jason Rubin's really long Snapchat name to see what he is doing.
I'll be on a boat on my birthday on Sunday. Or I was on one because this clip is already up on the day after my birthday. I feel like we have control over time in the universe.
I'm on a motherfucking boat.
But why are we here? We're here today to share with you a listicle, a fun listicle we figure we'd give you on your day off, and includes the wildest purchases that some of the athletes have made. The list comes from Sports Chew. They call it the dumbest purposes. The quotes for context are the opinions of those of the website. Whether you agree or not is up to you, but we wanted to give context into how much some of these purchases cost and why maybe they weren't the smartest purchases in the world. To begin with, something I would like for my birthday is the world's largest king-size bed, which belongs to somebody who is of a king's size, Al Jefferson.
I was going to say Shaq.
Al Jefferson is now the center for the crossout Charlotte Hornets, Indiana Pacers. He spent a ridiculous $23,000 for a bed that measures a massive 10 feet by 12 feet. To put that in perspective, a regular king-size bed measures about 6.5 by 6.5 feet. And here is Al Jefferson via Reddit in his bed. Don't forget, Al Jefferson's a 7-footer.
He better be laying pipe in that bed for that amount of money.
Trying to get the pipe? Francis, we continue as we run through this. Darren McFadden. And it is something, that something is what he spent the money on. 1972 Buick Centurion that he owns. It is painted a ridiculous purple and green and sits on an enormous 32 wheels with a custom suspension. Not too much into cars myself. It looks like it comes straight out of Batman comic books, something that the Joker would drive. Or a Joker would drive.
Ah, so you did that sport you.
Oh my God. Jacory, do you remember Pimp My Ride? Do you have the mic set up?
I remember Pimp My Ride.
I know you remember Pimp My Ride too. I'm asking Jacory because I didn't think X to the Z Exhibit can create something that ridiculous.
Yeah, of course I remember the show, man. That show is a classic on MTV growing up. None of those cars are like structurally sound though. Like you can't; those are not road safe. You can't.
They don't drive.
You can't drive a car with a fishbowl and a steering wheel. It doesn't work like that. It's not how cars work, man. Sorry, Exhibit. Yeah, I know you like fishbowls with your fishbowl, so I put a fishbowl in your fishbowl so you can fishbowl while you fishbowl, dog. Nah, man, it doesn't work like that.
It's so true, and it's always the scene, and the best part is the scene when they whip out like a 22-inch plasma screen and put it right on the dashboard. Now you got your plasma right there to look at when you're driving down the street. How many times did that guy crash trying to watch fucking whatever he's watching on TV whilst he's driving?
I
Not
agree.
the best and feasible option. Jacory, spitting the truth as always.
Deuce McAllister is up next. If you remember Deuce McAllister, the New Orleans Super Bowl winner, the deuce is loose. One of the worst investments he made was when he was almost broke. He decided to invest in a Nissan dealership in Jackson, Mississippi. The dealership failed miserably and reported cost McAllister $1.5 million after owing Nissan Motors close to $7.
Jesus.
I think we have a photo. What a nice Nissan dealership that is. Francis, could we do any kind of wild purchase list without mentioning at least these two boxers? Floyd Mayweather, an iPod case he purchased, spent $50,000. Covered in diamonds. Take a look. Not only is it covered in diamonds, it's an iPod that probably is like 13 years outdated.
I know, that's the thing, is that technology is going to be moved further forward. It's not even an adaptable case. No one carries iPods, but I guess it looks cool.
Francis, what's the other boxer who possibly made some dumb purchases in his life?
I'm going to go
First
with
name Mike?
Iron Mike Tyson.
And what did he do, Francis?
One of the most peculiar purchases in Mike's large portfolio of blunders was 2 Bengal tigers. By the way, this is not a bad purchase because he probably made it back on the Hangover movie, which I'm sure they would talk about. But either way, the 2 Bengal tigers that cost him $140,000 that would have been fine if the cost was only a one-time thing. But the cost to feed them was $8,000 a month, and insurance added $2,000. He then hired an animal trainer for $125,000 a year to take care of the tigers when he wasn't around. $125,000, Jason, to be a tiger trainer. What are we doing wrong?
He's like playing with the tigers.
This guy is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Unique specimen to this universe.
Francis, some people want to own their own private jet, and if you can't do that, sometimes, you know, the next logical thing would be to buy every ticket on a Southwest Airlines flight.
No.
Vince Young did just that when playing with the Tennessee Titans. Our next wonderful athlete. It was reported that in 2007, when he needed to get from Houston to Nashville, he wanted to have as much privacy as possible, so he did what every 24-year-old millionaire would do. He bought 120 tickets on a Southwest Airlines flight. Calculations that he paid $22,000 for a 2-hour flight. Here's what it looks like. You know, you could have just bought, like, you know, 110 tickets and have one person per. That's what the flight probably looked like, you know? They probably have to go through the safety features, too. Make sure all carry-on luggage is locked in the upper case compartment.
Do we ever know what he did on that flight that he needed so much privacy? Like, what is a, one mind can only wonder.
One mind can only wonder. He probably flew the plane.
Yeah, I have to buy out the plane.
I got 3 left. I got 3 left, one of which who choked out his coach, Latrell Sprewell. Throwback, New York Knicks. Latrell later decided to purchase a $1.5 million yacht. I know it's yacht. Of that $1.5 million, he was only able to pay $200,000 of it until he started defaulting on the payments. Also an instance when Sprewell was driving the yacht and accidentally landed on the shores of Atwater Beach, Wisconsin. He refused to pay for the yacht to be towed back to the water and was later rescued by local fishermen. The yacht was repossessed the same year his home was foreclosed. Here is his yacht. That is the yacht, called Milwaukee's Best. Great name, actually. And on top of that, most people don't realize this. They think of yacht, they think of giant party, like enormous boat. Yachts, I think, are anything over 37 or 42 feet. It's one of those 2 distinctions. Boating facts for you. Francis, you're going to read about our next one of the greatest golfers of all time.
Nothing depicts his gambling problem more than when he cashed in. I'm going to read this, and then we're going to just play the myth of who this was. I'm sure by the end of it,
No, that's the whole point. You could guess by the context.
Yeah, okay. So nothing depicts his gambling problem more than when he cashed in his golf winnings one day in Vegas and lost all 1.65 million of it in 5 hours. What's worse? He lost it all playing the slot machines. This might be the worst purchase of anything on the list because he didn't actually purchase anything. And here's a further disclaimer. He likes to wear SpongeBob pants. I'm assuming.
Close. I went with the American flag pants.
Oh, okay, good.
I went with the American flag
As long as
pants.
I got the same guy. I thought that was off base. I was thinking, who else would have done that?
When I grow up, I want to be John Daly.
But I want to be John Daly right now. The guy can smack 360 drives, smoke cigarettes, used to drink beer on the course, wear SpongeBob pants.
Wear American flag pants.
Everything.
You know he's standing for the national anthem. Next up, Gilbert Arenas. I think it's a sub-comment, sub-tweet. The first thing you'll notice when looking at the pool is this giant mountain-like structure that has a fully functional waterfall going into the pool. This was made entirely of imported stones, cost upwards of $500,000. He then decided to attach an underwater entertainment complex to the pool that includes a bar, TV, and 3 giant fish tanks. This cost him another $500,000, not including the expensive fish and sharks he purchased and took care of it.
He bought sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads.
And here is the pool with freaking laser beams on top of its head.
That looks badass.
I know, right? I was going to say, I don't consider this a dumb purchase. This is a wild purchase. I think it's awesome. But that is all we have for you in terms of athletes' wild purchases. Of course there are more. Thank you to the Sports Shoe for putting that together. Made my life a little bit easier in terms of preparing it. It's a fun one for you on Labor Day. We hope you enjoyed it. I can promise you I might be up and giddy right now because we're shooting this on a Tuesday, but I am probably in my bed, hungover, asleep.